Hello friends, welcome back to Not My Craft Room. We'll get to my craft room here in a minute, but I wanted to show you this gigantic foam sign that I made. It stands up on its own. It's absolutely amazing, perfect for back to school pictures. I'm going to show you how to make it today. We're going to go back to the craft room here in a second, but look at how stinking cute this is. It is all like Dollar Tree crafts, which is amazing. I have a senior and a little guy that's graduating elementary school this year, and I'm actually really sad. And of course, being the extra mom that I am, I got to make sure everything looks amazing. Okay, let's go over to the craft room where I show you how to make this. The very first thing I did was grab some wood putty. The reason why I'm doing this is because my particular shipping tube has like these like weird ridges, and I was afraid once I painted it, it would probably still look like a mailing tube versus like a pencil. So I went ahead and filled that in. Now, if you go and get a shipping tube that doesn't have any ridges in it, you could just skip this step. The very next thing I did was just grab a little bit of sandpaper because you're going to want to knock off the excess. I know that sounds really stupid, but like I didn't want there to be any type of weird bumps and grooves because a pencil is smooth, right? Okay, then I just took like a microfiber towel and wiped off all the dust. You want to do that from the shipping tube, but then also like your entire work area, you want to have like a really clean work area. Okay, so now it's time to mix the paint. I don't have like the perfect yellow paint color, or I guess the perfect pencil color paint. So I am taking basic yellow and a deep coral paint that I just found at Michael's, and I'm mixing them together to create a perfect pencil color. Now you will see that I just grabbed a random pencil from my craft room. I've engraved it previously for different tutorials, but I'm using this as the guide to what my pencil is going to look like in the end. Let's just take a second and love on the color that I perfectly matched to this pencil. Round of applause for me. Now that the paint is done being custom mixed by yours truly, I am just slapping on that paint in every single bit of that shipping tube. You don't want to leave any like holes or uneven paint. You just want to put that coat on real thick. Okay, so I'm done painting it and everything is completely covered. It looks really good. Now you just need to find somewhere to dry this thing. I just used a broom that I had in my craft room and I just set it up on top of that. Clean your craft area. Okay, so the next thing while we wait for our pencil to dry, we just need to grab a piece of foam core or foam board. This is found at the Dollar Tree. I mean, it's $1.25. It's cheap. I think it's like 24 by 30. I don't know, just get the cheapest thing possible. It's only for pictures, you know. But anyways, so I have a ruler, like a really long ruler. If you don't have that, just grab another piece of foam board so that can be like your straight edge. And then you are just going to want to create the lines to look like a pencil. I would suggest using a, what did I just say? I just said to make it look like a pencil. You want to make it look like a notebook and then use a pencil to draw and mark the lines to your notebook paper. We're going to go and use paint, but just in case you mess up, I did mess up on the spacing of my lines, so I just erased it. Use the pencil lightly so it doesn't like really groove your board in. I went a little hard on my mess up, and then we're going to cover it later. I'm not too concerned about it. You can't see it from far away. Okay, so you're going to want to either grab some like acrylic paint pens or just acrylic paint. I paint like a toddler, so I'm going to go with the marker route. I have these markers from Edding. My son has Posco markers. I actually love Posco markers, but gosh, they are so expensive. So I'm just sticking to the Edding stuff. You just need black, red, and blue. So all you're going to do is use your paint and you're going to want to draw over the pencil lines. Now, if you trust yourself, then you could have just skipped the whole mark it with a pencil and done the paint markers or the paint. I do not trust myself, so that's why I use pencil first, and then I'm using the paint. I did the blue lines first because if you look at a piece of notebook paper, the red margin line, it seems like it's painted over the top of the blue. I know that like I am nitpicky, but that is me. I nitpick. Okay, so every notebook has 3 holes, right? So I am just trying to find something that's semicircular that I can trace because I can't draw there's 2 things that I can't do. I can't draw really well, and I also cannot paint. Like Am I even a crafter? Anyways, so I just found like the circle parts of my Edding paint pens. They're circular enough and large enough to make these holes. So I'm just going to trace it with a pencil, and then I'm going to go back in with my black Edding marker and I'm going to fill in those holes. So as I was sitting here, I just want you to know that like I never pre-plan anything. I just go with the wind on my project. So as I'm sitting there doing the lines, I'm like, oh, I want letters, but like my handwriting is garbage, so I can't paint. I don't draw really well. My handwriting is garbage, but I am going to utilize my Cricuts because I do have those, and those will give me good handwriting. So I'm pulling out my Cricut and my laptop, and we are going to get to work on designing some letters out of vinyl. Utilizing my Cricuts, I am just opening up a blank window in Design Space. I am going to put a square into Design Space. This is going to be like the size of where I can put my letters on my foam board, because I want to make sure that my letters are the exact size. I don't want to keep recutting this. Anyways, I'm using my type font. I think it's a really cute, like school-ish font. I just want you to know that if you go over to my cardstock warehouse, this download, and then there's actually something else that's later, but anyways, this download and something else is going to be free on my cardstock warehouse. So if you want to recreate this board and you don't want to go through the process of trying to design your own back to school sign and also there's something special at the very end, just go to my website. It's free. I hooked you up. Okay, once you download that free file, you just want to cut it out on vinyl. You could use HTV for this project too, but I have some sticky black vinyl, so I'm going to use that instead. Oh, if you do use HTV for this project, make sure and mirror. Anyways, cut those out and come back to me. Raise your hand if you love to weed vinyl. Okay, put your hand down. Seriously, you don't like to weed vinyl? Who likes to weed vinyl? Definitely not me. And here is the exact reason why. For some reason, my Cricut decided it did not want to cut out the 2 and the 2 and the 3. So now I have to go in with like an X-Acto knife and trim out the rest. Otherwise, I was going to have to go back to the Cricuts and recut this entire thing out, because that's annoying. Ugh. Okay, so finish weeding out your entire decal, and you want to cut them out into the line pieces. You don't want to cut them out each individual letter, because having to respace these later would be a pain in the butt. Then just take your foam core and you want to arrange the letters that you think are going to look good on your board. Okay, so working on the very first line, you're just going to need one single piece of transfer tape for this entire project. Transfer tape is reusable until it's not stick anymore, so save yourself a couple bucks and just use the same sheet of transfer tape. Anyway, I am just cutting one out to the size of my very first line. And what you want to do is you want to lay the transfer tape on top of your first line. Then you want to take a squeegee and you want to like burnish the vinyl on top or underneath the transfer tape. Are you following me? Just watch what I'm doing. Then you want to lift that up. You want to turn it around, taking the backing off of your vinyl decal. And then you are just going to lay this on top of your foam board, eyeing about the center, and then just place it on there and rip the transfer tape off. Okay, so you're going to repeat these steps for all the other lines that are on your board. Just taking that transfer tape, putting it on your vinyl, and then putting it on your board. Okay, moving back over to the pencil. It's almost dry. Now is the time to pull some paper for the eraser, and then like what's the inside wood? I don't even know what you call this, but like the inside portion of like the sharpened pencil. Anyway, if you didn't know this, I own a cardstock warehouse where I sell like a ton of different options of plain glitter and specialty cardstocks. So these swatch books are also in my shop and I use them all the time. Yep, I'm the owner of the company and I actually utilize these all the time. So I'm just going to match up the pencil with the eraser and that lead. I'm going to be using Craft and Bubblegum Pink for my project. I've also decided that I am going to be using my silver mirror cardstock. Sadly, I don't have mirror green cardstock, my cardstock warehouse, or else I'd be using that because I really wanted to match my pencil. But anyway, so I'm using that as well. That's going to be like the middle portion of my pencil. You're going to watch me struggle with this craft. Spoiler alert, I actually end up not using the craft, but watch me struggle here for a second. Okay, first and foremost, why is it so hard to be like not exact? I struggle with things looking precise, and I think that's probably where the hiccup was in this part of the project, because like the tip has to be in the shape of a cone, but it also has to have a jagged edge to like where it looks like it's been sharpened. So here I am trying to cut it to look like it's not perfect, and then also try and figure out how to make it into a cone to put on my shipping container to make it look like a pencil. Watch the struggle happen. And it is so bad that then I go and grab a white piece of cardstock to shape it into a cone to teach myself how to make this into a cone. Yeah, I really struggled with this. Why? Please tell me. Please tell me I am not the only one that struggles making things into cones, or then making it look somewhat not perfect because I need it to look perfect. Like, please tell me this is not just me. Okay, so then when I think I have it down with a white piece of cardstock, I therefore then go back to my original craft piece of cardstock and try and figure out how to do a cone. I then grab my shipping tube and I put it on there. I'm like, okay, cool. This is looking really good. I go and cut the scalloped edges a little bit more, and then I cut it too small, and then it wouldn't fit onto my shipping tube. Yeah, I am that big of an idiot. Yep, that happened. Cut it too small. Now it won't fit. So, going back to another piece of craft cardstock, I am pulling another one. You know, I might own the cardstock company, but I still not like to waste things. I am not a wasteful person by any means. I'm going to grab another sheet of cardstock, another craft sheet of cardstock. I am going to attempt to do this again. Spoiler alert, it does not work for me. I could not get my tip of my pencil to look like I wanted it to look. So I had to think of something else. So as I had to then therefore repaint my tube, because I tried to hot glue the craft on there hoping that it would work, I started thinking about what I was going to do. And you know, I'm going to do like a total dad joke here. I decided that I was going to leave it unsharpened, because I was looking at my unsharpened real pencil and I was like, wait, this can be a total dad joke moment. We are doing the first day of school pictures, right? So that means that their skills haven't been sharpened yet. Please laugh at my joke. So I was kind of like I'm waving the white flag. We're just going to keep it an unsharpened pencil. And if anyone asks, it's because their skills are not sharpened yet. So that was like the hardest part of the entire project, was me trying to figure out how to make lead out of paper. Since I'm not doing that, now we're going to go to the easy part. So you just want to take like a fabric measuring tape or something, and you want to measure the entire, is that like the radius or the diameter, the entire outside of the shipping tube. You want to measure that. Then you want to cut your paper to that measurement so you don't have like a whole bunch of excess out there. Okay, and to make this easy for myself and then also for you if you're going to be doing this project, glue your two pieces of paper together before you glue them to the shipping tube. It's a lot easier when it's flat. I'm using hot glue because I want to get this project done ASAP. You could use regular paper glue if you wanted to. Then when you're done, you just take your piece of paper. I line it up. I actually really love this cutting mat that I got. I wasn't sure about all the lines, but do you know I utilize those dang lines all the time now. I crutch on them. But anyways, so I just am lining up the lines with my shipping tube, trying to gauge where that is. And then I'm just going to take my hot glue and I'm going to glue the paper onto my shipping label. Or now what is my pencil? Okay, and I do have to say that I struggle with like perfectionism. Remember we went back to the whole cone thing, why I couldn't figure out how to do a cone? It's because I struggle with perfectionism. So looking at the original pencil, I realized that there is some metallic-y green writing and my pencil is naked. So I need to match that. So I actually have what looks like a rainbow. I don't even know what this stuff is, but it's from Tech Wrap. I absolutely love Tech Wrap, but it's like this glitter mirror green iridescent vinyl. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to pull out my Cricuts and I'm going to create something extra because I clearly don't know when to stop myself. Okay, so back at the computer, I'm just going to look up the logo to the pencil. I know you're probably laughing at me at this point, but seriously. Okay, remember when I originally told you that I had that free file, and one of which was the lettering that we did for the foam board sign? The logo to this pencil is also going to be included into that file because you can just go to my website and download it for free. You don't have to figure out how to convert all this. I do it for you and just upload it and then cut it out. But anyways, if you wanted to be extra like me, this is me. What is wrong with me? I just can't help myself. Okay, so now that I'm done prepping the logo for that, I'm going to use that good old tech wrap vinyl, and I'm just going to put it into my Cricut and cut it out. Let's give a round of applause for tech wrap vinyl. If you've ever worked with sticky vinyl before, you do know that like that foil glittery stuff is kind of a pain in the butt to weed. This stuff actually weeded perfectly fine. 0 issues. Okay, so using that transfer tape that we used before with the black lettering, just grab that and then you're going to place that over the top of the green, just like we've done before. However, this time it's not very sticky because I have used a transfer tape quite often, so you want to make sure and press down real hard just to make sure that the transfer paper sticks to your decal. Okay, you're going to want to choose the best side of your pencil, and then you want to like put something on it because it is round, so it's going to try and roll off your table, or at least it did mine. But anyways, using the Rill pencil, I wanted to make sure that this Dixon, I don't know how to pronounce the rest of this pencil, the logo of it goes in the right direction. So I'm just using my pencil and making sure that I put it in the direction that it's supposed to go in. Okay, and so I could leave it alone, just 2 separate pieces, but then I felt like my kids at least, would not want to hold a pencil and then hold the foam board. So anyways, I'm going to glue the pencil on top of my foam board. I am just going to fix it with some hot glue, just a bead of hot glue, push it down there. You're good to go. Okay, so that is the finished product. Actually, let's cut back over into the beginning video and I'm going to show you what else I did a little bit differently just to make this look cooler. Okay, so here is the finished sign. You will notice that my sign does not lean up on anything. The reason for that is because I buy these like stands. They're cardboard stands. I don't even know what their main intended use for is. I'll link them. I get them off Amazon. They're super cheap. But anyways, they're these cardboard things that have stickers on the back side of them. You just like affix it onto whatever it is that you're trying to make it stand up. Then you put these tabs down and then it stands up. I used 2 large ones and look at that. Look at how cool this sign turned out. I'm actually really hoping that a lot of you make this sign because I'm absolutely freaking obsessed. Don't forget about that free file in my shop. Otherwise, sure hope I inspired you to make, and I will see you later.